sensitive topic. So daca, Dreamer, President Trump, all this stuff. I think that it's so before I start anything and get into all that, I just want to say that if I say something that bothers you, or like if you don't agree on something, I'm sorry. Just no hate comments or dislikes. We all have different views. We all have different beliefs, or like what you think is right. And so just want to like put a disclaimer that I may not believe everything you believe. What I say, it may not be true to you. All have different opinions, so just keep that in mind. So let's just jump right into it. I'm so blessed to be where I'm at. I'm so blessed to have you know, a dad and a mom who chose to you know, be in the US. I have parents who aren't from the US, but you know, one of them is becoming a US citizen, the other one has been. So I literally have both worlds. I have a whole family side that, you know, is a-okay. There's, you know, it's probably not even a topic in their conversations. And then I have another side of the family who is just struggling and, you know, is spending tons of money, and a parent who, you know, doesn't know what the next step is. And so I literally have both worlds right in front of my face. And sometimes it's like, it's hard, you know. I think it's really hard seeing everyone around me and people that I truly love, you know, be scared and be fearful of what's gonna happen next, and like, you know, mentally trying to prepare themselves for like the worst, and trying to figure out, okay, what is my next step? What can I do, you know? I think all of Latinos right now are just really living under fear, and everyone's so scared. You know, they're scared to go and talk about them being illegal and all these things right now because it's fearful. They don't know what the next thing is. They don't know what's gonna happen. Everyone's just kind of living on their tippy toes, and everyone's just trying to figure out like, what am I gonna do, you know? Am I gonna lose, you know, my job? Am I gonna lose my kids? Right now we're having a problem of kids being separated from their families, and all of this stuff is just breaking my heart. DACA is real, like ICE, like all that stuff, like it's not a joke. It's not funny, and I don't take it as a joke anymore. I take it very serious now. And all that to say, like, let's just all believe that, you know, our president, regardless if you agree on his decisions or if you don't like him, but we can't just sit here and just blame the president that we have now for everything. Like, as much as I want to be upset or everything about, you know, some things, and it is upsetting, don't get me wrong, it's upsetting about, you know, how things are being moved. But I'm saying to start wearing a MAGA shirt, you know, or a MAGA hat. I'm just saying, how much better would it be if you would just believe in him? Because truth be told, he's president, and there's absolutely nothing we could do about it. You know, there's nothing I could do about it. There's nothing you could do about it. So instead of being just so negative in who he is and what he does, let's just believe that, you know, he will make the right choices, he will do the right thing, and he will you know, make better laws for the situation. If you're not for him, okay, that's fine, but you know, sitting there and being negative about who he is and, you know, the things he is, like, what does that benefit you? Like, what do you gain? Like, you don't gain anything. But I believe that my sister's stories, my cousin's stories, my tia's stories, my tio's stories, like, I know that their testimony to many other testimonies are to come of what's gonna happen. And I just believe that they're gonna get their papers, and I don't have to fear on what the next step is for them. If I choose not to live in fear, and then one of y'all chooses not to live in fear, and then you show someone else not to live in fear, and it just becomes this domino effect of what's the opposite of fear? It's love. Let's start learning how to love instead of fear. Speak what you have to say what you believe, say what you think is right. That's fine. You have a voice. I think God gave us a voice for a reason, but don't sit there and bash other communities or organizations. Love on each other. Love is so powerful. I believe that love could change many things. Love can empower. What would my life look like if my parents chose to either go to Mexico or go to Honduras? What would my life look like? Because I am Honduran and Mexican. So I have one parent that's Mexican, another parent that's Honduran. So what would it have been like if, they met in one location, but then decided to, move to, their country, whether that be Honduras or whether that be Mexico? What would my life look like? And so I'm just so blessed with the parents I do have. And although I do have a parent who is going through something, and it's been a hard situation to deal with, and lots of money being spent. One of my parents is gonna get their papers. We're just kind of waiting. So that's really, really, really good news. But just because I'm getting good news doesn't mean that there isn't other families out there that's anxiously waiting for an answer. We're a step closer. It doesn't mean that there isn't so many other families out there crying and scared and not knowing what to do with themselves. Many people don't know this story, and like the little stories I told, a lot of people didn't know. So I'm glad I was able to share this with you, and I hope that you enjoyed this. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you next video.